eParliament umnumzana Mnqobi Msezane. Nkosi kakhulu ngexesha lakho sakwamkele Mnqobeni.
Inkosi mama. Thank you for having me and greetings to your listeners.
Masibulele. Zithini izathu zika-NSFAS zokuba inkxaso-mali yakulo mnyaka ibe mnane kunaleyo yonyaka opheleyo? Ngaba ungakanani umonakalo owenzekileyo ngenxa yesi sigqibo?
Well, my sister, it's really not a question of how it happened, because at this moment in time, we are dealing with the after effects of what have been a long issue that has been happening in that entity called NSFAS, in particular on their handling of their finances. There's a number of issues that they've highlighted. Amongst others would have been issues of where they would have funded students that are not deserving of the funding as per the guidelines or the policies of NSFAS, and wrongful funding, amongst other things. There is a whole range of issues, really. So I think to speak to your question, I would rather say their report is still outstanding. The annual financial report is still outstanding, so we can't really delve into what actually transpired until we have the report as the portfolio committee.
Bale kwakho nengxaki evakalayo yokungabhatala kwendawo zokuhlala zabafundi ezibucala, ingxelo ke zithi nani ni-akademigxekile le nto. Ungasabisela banzi malunga noko kwenzeke ntoni ngokwengxelo nifumene ku-NSFAS ngethuba evele phambi kwale komiti?
No, the committee was clear that we are disappointed, highly disappointed, because whatever the reasons that they might bring to the table, the fact of the matter is that the students are suffering as the end users of the services from our accommodation providers. When NSFAS does not pay accommodation providers, the safety of students is compromised. When NSFAS does not pay accommodation providers, students cannot access the basic needs and services that they are supposed to get from accommodation providers, including the transport that has been cut by a number of service providers due to the fact that they had not been paid by NSFAS. So there's a number of issues and shortcomings that affect the students as the end users. Amongst other issues, obviously, if you do not get the basic services from the accommodation provider, you are not able to carry out your basic responsibility as a student, which is to participate in the institution and get your academic affairs in order.
Xa sijonga Mnumzana Msezane, u-NSFAS kuthethwa ngayo minyaka le soloko kukhona ingxaki nokuba ukuba abantwana bafumenanga mali yeendawo zokuhlala okanye abafumenanga mali yokutya, soloko zikhona ingxaki, soloko zikhona nezizathu ezi abazibekayo zoba kungenzeki oko, and ekugqibeleni abona abantu bachaphazeleka kakhulu apha iye ibe ngabafundi.
Yes.
Ingaba nilungenelelo nile komiti luhamba lupheleleki nezindululo eniye niphume nazo zibophelela kangakanani na eqinisekiseni ukuba ekugqibeleni u-NSFAS uyalithwalisa uxanduva ngeempazamo zakhe?
No, Tina, we hold the department into account and all its entities. So what was stressed in the committee yesterday was to say that the department must be very intentional about getting its house in order, because these are the entities of the department. And subsequently, the department reports to Parliament and all its entities, as I've said. So our powers as Parliament really are to play an oversight role, but at the same time recommend to Parliament where we see that these issues continue to affect students and the recipients of NSFAS at large. So we do have a huge role to play, but we stressed as the committee yesterday to say that moving forward, we will not be accepting any form of incompetency or any form of shortcomings from the entity, because it's been like this for the longest of time, and we've been stressing this, and we strongly felt as the committee that we are becoming a talk show where it's as if we just come there to listen to excuses or explanation and all of those things. So we were clear to say that moving forward we will not be tolerating such, and we will be holding the department, obviously the department as led by the minister, to ensure that all is in order in that particular house or entity called NSFAS.
Eke Mnqobi Msezane kungathethwa ngengxaki kude kuhle kubekho nezizathu ezibangela uba izinto zibe azenzeki kodwa ke kufuneka libe isisombululo ecacileyo akho nto iza kwenzeka. Uthini u-NSFAS zinto ayibekayo etafuleni esithi zithini izisombululo aza nazo zokukhawulelana nemingeni nenkxasomali zithini nee-time frames okanye ixesha libekayo uba ngeli xesha zabe ezi zilungisekile ukuze ukwazi ukubuyela kuthiwa nanitsho ngokwenu uba ezi ngxaki funeka zibe zilungisekile ngexesha elithile.
No, you would appreciate, my sister and all your listeners, that there is a new board that has been appointed by the minister, that NSFAS, and that has taken effect from the end of February. And the acting CEO has assumed office from the beginning of March. So they've requested that we give them time to get their house in order. And they would have said 3 to 6 months they will have all their issues in order. But obviously, they've also indicated that there are certain commitments that they've made in as far as outstanding payments to service providers are concerned, in as far as outstanding payments to students are concerned, putting timelines from the 25th to the end of May in particular to ensure that they have paid all outstanding payments. And obviously they've stressed the fact that most of the issues that they are confronted with would have been issues that they inherited as the new responsible people in the entity. So in as much as we accepted that as the committee, but we also stressed the fact that there's are still members there in the entity that are not new, including some executive members that are not new. So we stressed highly that we want to see consequence management moving forward, but also going back to say that how did you get to where we are now? Because at the end of the day, as you are rightfully saying and as stressed by the committee, that we can speak about excuses, problems, administrative problems, but at the end of the day, we want to see our students that are suffering getting their monies dispersed to them on time as given by the government to the entity.
Hello.